Hello, everyone. Welcome to today. Welcome to this moment. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna close this closet. All right, hello everyone. Welcome to today. Thank you for joining today and So Sunday. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. Today we are talking about the path untaken. We're going to talk about how to collide and come into the best version of ourselves. And I'm so excited to be here for all of you guys today. So let me know who's tuning in. Say hello in the chat. And as you come in, I would love for you to just share with me, what are you grateful for today? What are you grateful for today? Put that in the chat. Let me know. I believe that gratitude is the secret sauce to achieving our dream, to achieve our desire, to achieve all that we want in our life. I believe that gratitude will shift us into our highest timeline, our dream self. I believe that no matter what we are experiencing in our life, that if we focus on the gratitude, then everything will become better. There's always something to be grateful for. So put in the chat, what are you grateful for today? And hello, Levi. Hello, Nina. Hello, April. Welcome. So I am grateful to be here with you guys today. It was a really busy morning for me. We went to the farmer's market with my 1-year-old baby and my 6-month-old dog. And it was quite the trip. And my affirmation that I was telling myself today, and I've been telling myself the past couple of days, is that challenges are opportunities for growth. And it was a little challenging trying to manage a 1-year-old baby with a dog that kept pulling on the leash. Yeah, I'm so grateful. And I'm grateful to be here for all of you guys today. So I invite you guys to talk to me. I invite you guys to communicate with me. I invite you to open up your heart and your soul, to be vulnerable, to be honest, to be raw. All of you is welcome, whether you're in happiness, whether you're in joy, you're in sadness, you're in anger. Wherever you're at today, I want you to know that you are fully welcomed as you are. There's no need to change. There's no need to be different. Just come as you are. I welcome you. So let me know if there's anyone new here. Do I have any new friends, any new viewers? If you are new, I'm Generous Janetti Kendall, and I am on a mission to bring unconditional love back to this reality, back to this world. I believe that unconditional love is who we are, it's who we've always been, it's who we always will be. And I am specialized in as a love coach, a relationship coach, spiritual teachings, and early childhood development. So this is how today is going to go. I'm going to invite us for just a moment to close down our eyes, to come into this moment, to come into our presence. And then today we're going to be talking about the path not taken. We're going to talk about how to collide with the versions of ourselves that we desire to be. We're going to talk about this path, this dream, this desire that we have, and how we can echo in that path that was not taken in the past to now come into our dream reality. So I'm excited to talk to you guys about that today. This was something that came to me last night, and I'll tell you all about it after we settle into this present moment. But I'm really excited about this. I feel really lit up about this. So before we begin, I'm going to invite us to just close down our eyes for just a moment. And just give yourself this moment. Closing down. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Breathing into this moment. Breathing in. Breathing out. Coming deeper into this moment. Breathing in through your nose. And now breathing out your heart. Really just give yourself permission to just be here. to show up as yourself, just as you are. No need to change anything, no need to be different. Just allow yourself to just fully land here. Notice what you heal. Notice what you taste. Notice what you smell. Notice what you feel. And with your eyes still closed, notice what you see. Notice the dim of the light shining through your eyelids. And just invite peace. Invite joy. And if it feels good to you, you may call upon any guides. You may call upon wherever you find your faith. For today's workshop, I invite you to invite in your past self. For your past self is going to be your guide today. I invite you to also invite in your future self, your dream self, your desired self. And just set your intention for this live, for this workshop, maybe even this day. Giving gratitude for this moment of stillness, this moment of presence. And creating a container of love. Imagine that there was a warm crystalline light shining down on you from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet, lighting every part of your being. And allow this light to represent love, allowing this light to represent spirit, filling you up with love, with peace, with tranquility. And breathe this in through your nose. And then on the exhale, imagine that you're sending love out. Sending love out to everyone that's joining today, everyone that's here with us, that's present with us. Breathing in love from source, sending love to yourself. And then breathing out love to everyone that's here, everyone that will listen to the replay later. And now breathe in the love that others are sending you. And breathe out the love, sending it back. Continuing this circulation of love. And just keep going, breathing in. Breathing out. And just do this on your own for just a couple of cycles in the silence and the peace. And then when you are ready, coming back into this moment, feeling more love, feeling more peace, feeling more tranquility. Taking a deep breath in through your nose. Taking a deep breath out. Noticing what you feel. Noticing what you taste. Noticing what you smell. Noticing what you hear. And then when you open up your eyes, notice what you can see. Welcome back, beautiful souls. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. So hello, everyone. Welcome to today. I'm so grateful to be here with you guys today. Again, if this is your first time joining me, I'm Jenna Rose Janelle Kendall, and I am on a mission of unconditional love. I truly believe that unconditional love is not only possible, but it's who we are. I believe unconditional love is who we are, and we have forgotten that. And so, if you are open to experiencing some unconditional love today, then put that in the chat. Just put in the word unconditional love in the chat. And so, my intention always is to help you guys to feel so loved, to feel so wanted, to feel so seen, to feel so adored that you can't help but to echo that love out and to give that love to others. I believe that hurt people, but loved people love people. And so I want to create this mission where loved people are igniting more love into this world. Hello. Hello, it's Zian. Thank you for your love. So today we are going to talk about the path untaken. And so last night, just to be vulnerable and open and honest with you, for some reason, I create these workshops either based off of what you guys ask for or what comes to me in the moment. And so last night I was just a little story. Is that okay if I share a story? Put yes in the chat if that's okay. So last night my son had woken up after I had put him to sleep, and I nursed him back to sleep. And as I nursed him back to sleep, I thought about my childhood. I thought about this specific moment from my childhood where I was living with my grandparents. I was in 8th grade, and I had a choice. 8th grade was ending, and my mom had just moved into a new house. That was my great-grandma's house. And I had a choice between staying with my grandparents, staying at the same school that I was going to, and then eventually moving to the high school and staying there, or to move in with my mom and to go to a new school with new people. And so I remembered this, and I was thinking about this last night, and let's play a game real quick. Let's play a game. Let's put it in the chat. What choice do you think I made? Do you think I made the choice of staying with my grandparents? Or do you think I made the choice of staying with my mom? Let's just play a quick game. I'll give it like 10 seconds, and then I'll give you guys the answer. What do you think I did? Do you think I stayed with my grandparents and went to the same school? Or do you think I moved in with my mom? All right, well, I'm going to tell you. So I ended up moving in with my mom. And this was the first time that me and my mom were alone together. I could go into a whole history, but it doesn't matter. But so I was thinking about this last night as I was putting my son back to sleep. And I was thinking about this like path untaken. And I was thinking about this path of what if I would have stayed with my grandparents? What if I would have stayed at that school and eventually went off to high school and stayed there? Who would I be? And there's so many moments in our life. This is what inspired today's talk, because there's so many moments in our life, and I'd love for you guys to be vulnerable and open, but well, there was a pivoting point. There was a choice to be made. And in the moment, it may or may not seem, depending on, like it's a life-changing choice, right? But looking back, you can say that choice that I made changed my life. Who knows what I'm talking about? Put that in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. And so I can look back and I can think about who I became, right? I can look back and I can think about like, moving with my mom really humbled me. I went from, living with my grandparents in a pretty wealthy area where I went to school with my cousins to moving to a place that was much more humble. And one of the reasons, it's funny, and I wasn't going to mention this, but it's coming in my heart, so maybe this will resonate with someone who's listening. But there was 3 reasons I decided to move. And they sound silly, right? In the 8th grade brain of mine. But 1, I remember thinking in 8th grade the pressure that I would feel because I was going to school with my cousins. And I was already in middle school with my cousins. But I remember feeling like as we went off to high school, they were going to get a new car when they turned 16, and there would be prom, and there would be homecoming, and there was all these monetary things that would come up. And I remember feeling pressure because all of them had money. They were all well off. And I was the cousin from my own perspective, right? Maybe they'd confirm or deny this, right? But from my own perspective, I felt like I was always looked down on, right? I was always the cousin that, came from the bad childhood and had the bad parents and, didn't have this and didn't have that. And so I remember feeling pressure of like, I was scared to be 16 and to not have a car while my cousins had their first car. And so there was this pressure, right? This version of myself that I thought I needed to be. And so I chose a different path. I chose to pivot. I chose to move in with my mom. And I became this version of me that I am now. And as I look back, I think about how I truly believed that I would be a different version. I would be a different me if I would have stayed with my grandparents. And it got me thinking about my dreams and my hopes and my desires and, my intentions and my goals of where I want to go from now, from this point. And I thought last night, what if I can merge? What if parallel realities exist, then it means that every single time there's a choice, another parallel version of us splits off. Well, that parallel version of us has to be existing somewhere, right? And so we can tap into that version of ourselves from the past and recognize what that version of ourselves, that parallel version of ourselves is doing now. What are they doing? What is their life like? And then we can look at where we're at now. And we can look at where our dreams are, where our desires are. And we can start to collide these paths to intersect with each other. We can start to have these parallel realities of a version of us, of the path not taken and the path that is taken. And, throughout life, every time there's a choice, there's another path that opens up, and another path that opens up, and another path that opens up. And so we can start to look at one of these manifestation tricks that I literally this isn't something I found somewhere. This isn't something I read. This is like a Jenna Rose original that I thought of last night and I applied this morning, where we can look back as a manifestation technique and we can look back to a past version of ourselves, of the path not taken, and where we're at now, to then collide those versions of ourselves into this now moment, to walk the dream, to walk the desire, to walk the path that we want to live now. And so an example of this, right, is let's pretend, right, that the path not taken, right? What if me in 8th grade choosing, so back up. Okay, so one path is the path that I'm on now, right? I moved in with my mom. I lived this very humble life. I had trials, I had tribulations, I had a lot of hardship in high school. I eventually went off to college. I navigated all of this heartbreak with, boyfriends and partners and men, and, that led me to become a heartbreak coach, right? Which led me to be a love coach, right? Which then led me to find my husband, which led me to get married, which led me to now have my son, which led me to now be an early childhood development coach, right? And now here I am, okay? Fast forward, okay? But then what if the path that wasn't taken, the path of me staying with my grandparents, would have led to that pressure to get good grades, right? That pressure to, succeed, that pressure to be the high performance, right? And I went through trials and tribulations, and let's say I, did this and I did that, and that path led to, me having this very successful 7-figure business, right? And so fast forward, parallel version of me has a 7-figure business. You can then take that path that's not yet taken with this path of where you are now, and you can intersect them as if it's two roads that are coming together to bring you to your dream, to bring you to desire, to bring you to the reality that you want to live. By bringing in who you are now and who you want to be, by imagining that path, Does this make sense? Is this making sense? Put in the chat if this is resonating or not. Let me see if I'm losing you guys or if you guys are on track. And so an example is merging the path of the 7-figure generous with the path of wife and mother and love coach now to then become 7-figure love coach, mother, wife, friend. And so if this is resonating, I would love for you guys to tell me in the chat, what is a moment in your life where you can just close your eyes and you can think about this and feel into this? But what was a moment of your life where there was a very obvious choice that you had to make? That you feel like if you would have walked down a different path, you might be living a completely different life. You'd be a completely different you. I'd love to invite you to put in the chat, what was that moment? Be intimate, be open, be honest. What is a choice that you had to make? There's these very life-altering choices, right? One moment might be you meeting your partner, you meeting your husband, you meeting your wife, right? The moment when you had a child, the moment when you made a big, huge break at work. What were one of those moments? And I want you to just close your eyes for a minute and just ponder that for a moment. And I'll leave us with just a little bit of silence. And if you would like to share, I invite you to put it in the chat. I invite you to share. Because there are infinite timelines. There are infinite parallel realities. Science has proved this. That every single time, every moment, we are shifting and we are shifting and we are shifting from one timeline to another timeline to another parallel dimension. And you're not getting what you want. You are becoming who you want to become by merging with a past version of yourself. And so I would like to do things a little bit different with you guys today, if that's okay with you guys. And I would love to pause now and lead you guys in a meditation to meet that parallel version of you, the path not taken, and to merge it with this version of you now, and to help you to tap into the dream, the desire, the want that you want. So I would love for you guys to put in the chat. I'll give it just a couple minutes and I'll invite us into meditation. But what is something that you're intending for your life right now? What is a desire? What are you manifesting? What are you wanting? What are you needing? Put that in the chat. Let's talk about it. What is a dream or goal, a desire of yours? How about you, Levi? What's your dream, your desire? Nina, hello. Sally, hello. I'm looking at your pictures. Richard, hello. Nishant, I don't know if I said your name wrong, Nishant. What is a dream, a goal, a desire, an intention that you have? Put in the chat. And I'm ready to receive it. Are you ready to receive it? I'm ready to receive it. So I'm going to invite us to just close down our eyes for just a moment. We're going to just merge with this. So I invite you to just close down your eyes. Start to come into this moment. Taking a deep breath in. Holding the breath at the top. And taking a big deep breath out. Letting everything go. Breathing in. Holding the breath. And breathing out. Taking another deep breath in. Holding the breath. And letting it all go. And resting. And just allow your breath to just come and go, to skate in and skate out. And with every breath, bringing you deeper and deeper into this present moment, into love. And I invite you to call upon your higher self, your past self, your guides, your angels, wherever you find your faith, to be here, to lead you, to show you, to reveal to you the becoming of you, the best version of you, the higher version of you. And breathe them in, imagining them surrounding you in a crystal clear light. And breathe out. And with your guides surrounding you, imagine that there was a beautiful light shining down your head, ready to ignite you with the remembrance of who you always have been, who you always will be. Imagine that this light is shining down from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. Bringing peace and love, tranquility. Grounding yourself into this moment, feeling roots moving down into the earth, down into the ground, down into Mama Gaia, Mama Pachamama. Planting the seed of your desire, your intention, your dream. And then coming into your mind's eye and calling again on your past self, the past you. I want you to bring to mind a moment in your past where you stood at an intersection, a yield moment, where you had to make a choice. Bring into your mind a moment in your life where you had a pivoting choice to make, a pivoting moment. A moment that led you to where you are right now, a choice, and a path that you didn't take, the choice not taken. Maybe there was even a third path. Just bring into your mind's eye this path and just start to observe this moment as if you are observing it from outside of you. As if you're reliving this choice, this moment. The version of you that hasn't yet made the choice. And for just a moment now, standing at this intersection, I want you to start to walk down and start to just remember this path, the path that led you to this moment that brought you to this workshop today. Imagine that you made the choice that you made. and just see your life moving forward. See your life flashing of all the moments that led you to this now moment. See the person that you've become, the life that you've lived, for making this choice. See the relationships that you've had, the challenges, the pleasures. And then when you are ready, I want you to just rewind. You've now seen this path, you've lived this path of the choice that you did take, the path that you did take. You know it, you felt it, you've lived it, you've experienced it. So when you feel complete with reviewing this path that you did take, rewind it backwards and come back to this moment in the past where you had to make this choice again. And see this path that you didn't take from this point of view, from this perspective. And just start to imagine. The mind cannot tell the difference between your true reality and your imagination. So calling upon your higher self, calling upon your past self to guide you to now choose to see, to imagine, and to live the other path. Start to see what your life looked like when you chose this path. See the people that you've met, the events that you attended, the moments, the joys, the challenges. Really see this and feel this and experience this. Knowing that whatever you're sensing, whatever you're seeing, is the parallel versions of you's life. That this timeline exists. That this timeline played out in another reality. See this version of you living a different life, being a different you. And notice, who did you become? Now coming to this now moment, you at this age, who are you now? Notice what shifted. Notice what changed from the other you, the other version of you. And now, taking a step outside of this version of you and start to imagine seeing these two versions of you from outside of you, from this now moment. Seeing these two different paths, but now seeing it not from the past, but seeing it from the now. Seeing the different versions of you living two very different lives as two very different yous, but still you. And start to bring into your awareness, what is the dream, the desire, the goal that both of these yous have? What does the one version of you have that the other one needs, wants, desires? What does the other one have that the other one needs, desires, wants? And start to recognize that both of these versions of you exist. And invite these versions of you to now collide down into one singular path, as if both paths, two different paths, come back together to merge into one path, one road, one life. Imagine them colliding with each other, bringing both best versions of themselves together, bringing the dream version of themselves together to achieve the shared dream, the shared vision, the shared hope. Taking the strengths of one and the strengths of the other to become your best version of yourself, the greatest version of yourself. Breathe into this version of you and breathe out. Breathing into this version of you and breathe out. And just take a moment in the silence to just start to see, who is this you? Who are you now? Who have you become? What life do you live as this combined version of yourself? Taking the best versions of these to become the best version of you. Knowing that it doesn't matter what path you take, that our paths lead to the same destination. Both paths lead you back home. Many different paths, many different places, but in the end, they all lead to the same home. The home of you, the best you, the higher you, the most aligned you. Breathe into this and breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. Taking just one more moment and asking this version of you, what message do you have for me? What do I need to know to live this life, to be this me? You will know that this message comes from your higher self because it will sound different. It will look different than your normal language, than what you would normally respond with. So take this message, breathing in Breathe it out. Thanking this version of you. Thanking your higher self. Thanking your past self. And when you are ready, starting to breathe back into this moment, taking a deep breath in, a deep breath out, breathing in, breathing out, and slowly but surely coming back into this moment by repeating an affirmation of who you are now, either out loud or to yourself. I am, and then answering that. Who are you now? Wiggling your fingers, your toes, grounding yourself back into this moment, repeating the affirmation of who you are now. I am. I am. Noticing what you can feel, noticing what you can taste, noticing what you can smell, noticing what you can hear. And then when you're ready, opening up your eyes and notice what you can see. Welcome back, beautiful soul. Welcome back. And I invite you to please put in the chat, who are you now? Putting your affirmation in the chat of this collision of these versions of yourself that you are now. So an example of this might be, like my example would be, I am a wife and a mother and a love coach who receives 7 figures. You're combining, you're colliding these two versions of yourself into this now version of you, right? So this might look like I am a artist and a spiritual teacher that lives their dream life traveling the world. You combine it, right? I am a musician and a computer scientist with a wife and a child. You combine it. So put the affirmation integrating who you are now. Who are you now? Put it in the chat by affirming it. I am. Starting with I am. Sally says, stay focused on creating my artwork full time. Not full time, but lifetime. Yes. I just feel that in meditation. Beautiful. Thank you, Larry. So let me know, who are you now? Putting in the chat. And what resonated with you? What helped? What came to you? What breakthroughs did you have? Put it in the chat. I invite you to share. And if this resonated with you guys, and you're not yet following me, I invite you guys to follow. I invite you guys to check out my dashboard and all that I have. This meditation will be put back on the dashboard. If you missed any of this live, then this live will go on YouTube and you can watch the replay on YouTube. I also invite you guys, if this was valuable and this was worth your time, to leave a donation of gratitude. If you really enjoyed today's live and today's workshop and today's meditation, then I invite you guys to connect with me off of Insight Timer. I do one-on-ones. My Right now, I am really focused on my mama's offering. As I stated, I'm a mom. And so I'm very heavy in my mommyhood. And so if you are a mom and you're looking for a little bit of love and a little bit of support and a little bit of community, I have a beautiful membership and community called Mother's Daily Love. And it is a daily inspiration, daily love notes, daily messages, and a community of other moms that also has workshops and so much more. So if you're a mom, feel free to either go to my website, /Mother's Daily Love, or send me a message on that. Any questions? I will take some questions now. Let me know if you have any questions. And I just want to share with you if you in a relationship. I have a couple courses here on my dashboard to share. So the first one is harmonizing relationship from conflict to connection. Can you hear me now? How's that? Is that better? It snapped out. That should be good now. As I was saying, harmonizing relationship is a course for those who love their partner, but you're navigating a little bit of conflict right now, and you want to come back into connection, come back into love, come back into unity. You can check that out. I then have harmonizing words, conscious communication course. So this is all about conscious communication. This is for just to help you to communicate better with others. If you're feeling misunderstood, if you're feeling unheard, if you're feeling like you're just not getting through to those around you, I invite you to the conscious communication course. And then the last thing is heal heartbreak, find love. And this is for anyone who is navigating a breakup, who's navigating an uncoupling. I invite you guys to check this out to heal your heart and to come back into love and manifesting your desired partnership. So, everyone, I thank you guys so much for joining today. If you enjoyed this, I appreciate you. Make sure to hit the follow if you're not yet following me. Um, Oh, I'm so glad, Beverly. You can check out the replay on YouTube. So if you go on YouTube, this will be loaded right immediately after Insight Timer. I mean, after we end the Insight Timer. But it's good to see you too. Oh, thank you so much. I feel good. I feel good. I feel like this is really the best version of myself. I love being a mom. I love being a wife. I love my mission of being a coach and inspiring others to higher love and spirituality and truth and mommyhood. So this is a really good version of myself, and I'm so thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. So if you guys enjoyed today, I invite you guys to reach out, check out my courses, and I love you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and I will see you next Sunday for another Soul Sunday.